We are studying the various approaches of companies and governments around the world to try to come up with what our approach is going to be on this very troubling issue.
Does Huawei need to abide by sanctions imposed on Russia by other nations? And what if China imposes sanctions on Russia? What are your contingency plans?
Well, that's part of what we're studying, is what the terms are. One of the things that we've been doing even before the pandemic was improving the diversification of our supply chain, not just for semiconductors. So if there's a disruption in certain areas, we can pursue other areas. With our investment in R&D and some in pure research, having the ability to find value, to create value, and frankly, working as part of the information and communication industry, telecommunications industry, to help move toward carbon negative and our work in digital power. So we've got a lot of flexibility in different kinds of products and different kinds of components.
What is Huawei doing to address the security concerns raised by foreign countries, in particular the United States? I know you don't agree necessarily with all of them, but clearly these concerns remain.
Well, in light of the recent cyber attacks that demonstrated that an old axiom about trusted suppliers is no longer valid, we are working with our competitors, with the major carriers in the world, with the major standards bodies, to try to strengthen and improve standards for 5G, and particularly standards for the telecom equipment, and working to create conformance programs and independent testing programs. We are very open. The U.S. government recently emphasized the importance of greater information sharing when it comes to cyber incidents. In other words, don't just wait till really bad things happen. Try to share information more quickly and sooner so the dots can be connected. We're very open to having the U.S. government come into our facilities and hopefully those of our competitors to give advice about how we and other companies can be more transparent. How can we make sure that we are doing what's necessary to address real risk, to promote resilience, and helping to find ways to do that before really bad things happen, whether it's data breaches or cyber attacks. We need a greater capability as a global community to figure out where we stand in terms of preparedness so that we can avoid really bad things happening. And hopefully the United States is going to get much more active internationally in these efforts as well.
Well, what about the Chinese government? We've seen the Chinese government crack down on Chinese tech companies. How can you assure your overseas partners, business partners, that you can avert this kind of intervention and that it won't negatively impact Huawei's business?
Well, that's one of the reasons we're partnered with so many different companies. We've got 30,000 partners around the world covering every different line of business. We are continuing to strengthen the global assurance and privacy protection program that we launched shortly before I joined Huawei almost 10 years ago. And the idea of internal testing, external independent testing, participating in these standards bodies where you have to have certifications of your products, of your requirements, and trying to find ways to be increasingly transparent so our customers and the customers of others know what we're doing. And so we've been one of the most tested companies in the world, and we believe that the folks that have been our customers and stakeholders in those countries recognize that we are committed to following the laws in those countries, and we are committed to the best practices in cybersecurity, and we're open to ideas on how to improve.